All right, ladies and germs. Video number 2. I'm going to walk you through all the different stuff that's on Canvas because it's a lot. So I posted the video of me reading you the PowerPoint, which means that you don't really have to click on the PowerPoint unless you want to reference it later on. You do have a warm-up for today, Monday's warm-up, just like the good old days where you got, I gave you more questions. You got 4 questions. Oh, hi, Mr. Bell. So you got 4 questions and you need to respond somehow. I don't know. I guess this is just teacher view. Anywho, let's go back or let's go to the next thing. Let's just click next and see what happens. Oh, there's the PowerPoint. I don't want to look at it. Next on Canvas is to create your daily schedule. So what I need for you guys to do is click this link. And hopefully you have already created a folder in your drive. If not, let's just go to my drive and we're going to click on the new button and see where it says folder. Click on folder and name it Math-Hunter. Now I'm not going to type because I've already got a folder here. And here's my folder, Math-Hunter. I have nothing in it. The very first thing that you should be adding to this folder is your daily planner. And this is what I'm going to go back to on Canvas. So here's your personal agenda. And you can type in here, I lied. You can't type. What you're going to have to do before you can type is to make a copy. So before it lets you edit anything, you need to go to File and Make a Copy. And then you'll be able to save it to your math folder. So once you have your copy made, then you can type in it. So this is like Amanda's personal agenda. And I know that on Monday, I already typed it in for you that Miss Hunter's office hours begin at 9. They end at 12. And the Zoom is at 10. I should put that. Hunter Zoom at 10. And there's the meeting ID. And then same thing over here on Thursday. Hunter's hours begin. Hunter Zoom, I should put at 1 o'clock. And there's the meeting ID. And then my office hours end at 4. You'll be able to edit this, put in the dates. So like for this week, Thursday, irrelevant because it's spring break for you guys. Woohoo. Yay, spring break. Nothing new. And then put in the dates, and you can do this for every week. You can make a copy for every week. You can put in the hours for your science, social studies, and language arts and elective teachers as well. Anything that you have due or you feel is important, like, I don't know, your BFF Jill's birthday, put it up here in reminders. And you know how it automatically saves. But again, save that to your Math Hunter folder. And if you'd love to share with me the Math Hunter folder, that'd be awesome too, but I don't really care. All right, so I'm going to X out of that and X out of this. And we're back on Canvas. Okay, so up next is your warm-up for Tuesday, which is hopefully today. Hopefully you're not overwhelming yourself with everything on Monday. But on Tuesday, there's your warm-up. You can respond. And then we've got your first homework. How is this going to work? Well, if you just try and click on it in Canvas, it's not going to let you type in it. So you can click up here where it's got the link, the Download Virtual Learning Homework 1 Editable PDF. That means that you can type in it. So if you click on the link, it's going to go up here to download. Oh, and it just popped up for me. And if I hover with my mouse, I think Mr. Weber has probably done this for you guys before, if you have him. If you hover with your mouse, it allows you to type. So here, I'm going to type in Amanda Hunter. And then over here, I'm going to say that I'm in first block because it's still early in the morning. It didn't like that. Okay, so maybe just first. So I'm going to go over your homework with you real quick. Hopefully you guys are pretty good at this. It's just finding area, but then it gets a little more tricky. So we're going to do a couple out of each section. That way you kind of have your homework done and you can submit it on time. Yay. Okay, so step 1, it says find the area of each rectangle. How do you find the area? You guys know. And if you didn't know, I gave you the area formula. So area equals length times width. So in other words, it's just 5 times 8. So what I'm going to do is, where I'm showing my work, this is important, show your work. In the area formula, I'm going to say it's 5 times 8. I just use an X for times. And that gives me the area of 40. And it's going to be squared feet or feet squared. I don't think I have enough room to type all that. So let's put square feet. 40 square feet. Perfect. Beautiful. All right, so moving over here to this pretty little square. So area formula would be 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. And we're going to say square feet. I forgot a decimal, but it's all good. This square, 4 times 4, is what you're going to show me, 4x4. And you're going to tell me that it is 16 square feet. Okay, and so on and so forth. So I think you guys are okay for step 1. That's all of step 1. And then we get to step 2, which says, from all of the rectangles above, list out all of the areas of perfect squares. Because even squares are rectangles, but not every rectangle is a square. All right, so from all of the images above, it wants me to list out the areas of only the squares. So if I scroll back to the top, and I haven't done all of them, hopefully you have, or you will. Obviously, this is not a square. This is a rectangle, so I'm not going to include 40. But 5 times 5, that is a square because all the sides are 5 feet. So I'm going to take 25. That's going to be my first blank that I type in. And I can move over here for the next one. So the first area of a perfect square that I came across was 25. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so the next one, this is obviously a square, 4 by 4, and the area is 16. So I'm going to type 16. And let's see, did I do anything else with a square? Nope, I haven't. But hopefully you're getting the gist. If I went back up here and I found the area of this square is 2 times 2, and the area would be 4 square feet. So then 4 would also be an area. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the areas of every single square, and I even color-coded it for you. It's the pretty aqua teal color, my favorite color. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 perfect squares that I need you to give me the area for. So that's step 2. Step 3, list out at least 2 characteristics of these perfect squares. Hint, think about the area, how you go the area. I meant to say how you got the area. And what is specific about the side links. So just think of 2 characteristics and we'll be able to type it here. Like I'm going to give you an example. They are all the pretty color. But do not include that because that's not mathy and that's not smart. They are all the pretty color and they all have equal sides. I don't know. Think of something better than that. Those are lame. All right, and then step 4, list all of the perfect squares, aka the areas of the squares, like up here, what we are talking about, all of those, between 0 and 225. Hint, start with the side length of 1 and continue to increase the side length by 1 each time. So what do I mean by that? I gave you a bunch of squares and we can actually type in these squares. I want the area of each square. So if I start with this first square having a side length of 1, obviously that is 1, and 1 times 1 is 1. Let's put 1 square foot. We'll just say we're using feet again. Actually, forget it. Let's just use numbers. Let's just put 1. Let's keep it simple. All right, moving over to the next square. So those side lengths were 1. 1 times 1 is 1. What about if I increase it by 1, 2 times 2? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. Moving over again, 3 times 3, I increased it by 1, and that's going to be not 6. Do not say 6. 9. If I move over again, so this was 1 times 1, 2 times 2, 3 times 3. This is going to be 4 by 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. And we're going to do that all the way until we end up with an answer of 225. Something times something is 225. Figure it out. All right, so that's what you're doing for this section. And then step 5, each area is a perfect square. So every single number that you put into the box as the area is a perfect square. So that means 2 things. Yes, it is the area of a perfect square, meaning that all sides are equal. That's also a math term. These numbers mean something else. We'll get to it. But anyways, the opposite, or the way that we got this perfect square, is by multiplying the side length. The square root is just asking for the side length. So if you look over here, it says each area is a perfect square. The side length of each square is known as the square root. So for example, the square root of 1 would have been 1. The square root of 4, well, what was the side length here? It was 2. The square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 16 is 4. So it's asking you literally for the side length given the area. So the square root symbol is this. It's called a radical. So the square root of the area or perfect square is under the symbol. The answer is the side length. For example, the square root of 25 is 5. That means that the area of that square was 25, meaning that the side length is 5. Solve each problem to the right. So then we'll be able to type our answers over here. And I'm not going to give you that one, but I'll give you this one because we've already done this a billion times. So the square root of 16. Well, that means that the area is 16, which means that the side length was, what do we multiply here? It was 4. So my answer is just 4. Square root of 1, we did that. What times what gives you 1? It's 1. And square root of 4, that was 2. What else did we already do? Well, I gave you that one in the example. The square root of 25 is 5. What multiplied by itself gives you 9, and that was 3. So that's your homework for this week. Hopefully you fully understand the steps. If you don't, let me know, reach out. But here's the tricky thing with this. While you're editing this worksheet, your homework, it's not going to automatically save your answers. So this is why I had you create your Google Drive folder. What you need to do is go up to File, Save. You may have a Save As, but whenever you save it to your math folder that you have created. That way it makes it really easy for you guys to find your assignments that you're working on and that you've completed in order to submit to Canvas. So what you're going to do is go back to Canvas. And whenever you submit your work, you're going to use that document. So let me know if you have problems submitting or saving. Just remember that you have to save that worksheet. The next thing on here is your warm-up for Wednesday. Oh my gosh, who's calling me? Your warm-up for Wednesday next. Y'all know how to do that. But then we have your Unit 8 notes. So before Thursday, all that I need for you guys to do are your warm-ups, your 3 warm-up days, your homework, and then I need for you guys to actually download your Unit 8 notes and save them to your Google Drive. So by the end of this week, you should have 3 things in your Google Drive. You should have your personal planner, you should have your homework, and then you should also have your Unit 8 notes. So once you download these, you will also be able to type in the blanks. And then here it also says that this document does not auto-save to save your work. Oh, click print and then save to Google Docs. So oops, I guess back over here, you got to go to print, wherever print is. Y'all should know where it is, I hope. Print and then save to Google Docs and choose the correct folder. All right, that's all I got for you guys for this week. I'll see you in a few on Zoom because it's Monday currently still 9:53, 7 minutes till Zoom. All right, have a great week. Have a great spring break if I don't talk to you or see from you or see you. And we'll figure it out again after spring break. All right, bye.